Hi everybody, this is chapter 1, question 9, and they've got two things that we didn't do in class that are in your homework, and this is actually the solution, but it's good to know. It's just one of those things that you should know. There's always too much, but this is what's called a vertical analysis, and what you do is you can compare, like if you compared year to year here, go from 25 to 26, and we look at $1,050,000 in cash to $420,000, it doesn't really mean much to you, Inventory from $925 to $1,020,000, that's not very different. Long-term assets, though, really increased. All right, they went to $2.7 million to 3.9. So one way to look at it is to look at each number as a percentage of the whole, okay, of the total. So in this case, we've got total assets, and we're going to take 420,000 divided by 6 million. That's 7%. So in 26, cash was 7% of total assets. In 25, it's 21%. Now, they might have an explanation, like they might be taking cash to buy fixed assets. Maybe that was the plan, because you can see where cash went way down and long-term assets really increased. So maybe it's something like that, okay? You can see that accounts receivable went from 6% to 11%. That increased. You got to watch that number. Maybe sales went up a lot and it's still the same percentage of sales, Here's inventory, 18% to 17%, not very different. But long-term assets, 54% to 65%. Okay, that's a big change. So that is a vertical analysis. The other thing you can do is you can go through, if you compared, say, this company to another one, you could compare the same years and the same accounts, and what's more meaningful and easier to understand are the percentages rather than absolute dollar amounts. Okay? So you might have a couple companies that you consider comparable to you. So what you'll do is compare these ratios, these percents of your company to theirs, okay, and see where they differ, and then figure out why. Okay, that's it.